What's up, guys? Today on All Sports Central, we're going to be going over one of the biggest teams, one of the best teams of the 2018 season. That is the Alabama Crimson Tide. And can this team be able to return to the College Football Playoff in 2019? That's what we're going to be going over here today. Alabama's final prediction for 2019 season. They were 14-1 in 2018, almost were the first team to go 15-0 before the last game of the season happened in the national championship. That really surprised me. I thought Alabama was going to be able to win that game pretty easily. But man, Clemson really showed it to play that day. And for Alabama, they weren't able to get another natty, but I think they definitely have another shot at it this year. They returned the key quarterback, Tua. He's going to be great once again this year, I really do believe. They lose their running backs, Damian Harris, Josh Jacobs. Both of them were huge. And so, I mean, to lose both your running backs, both your top ones for sure, they're going to have it's going to be a little bit of a questionable position there for the running back position. They do return their Najee Harris at running back. That's going to be big to be able to have him back at least. He will likely be their top running back, but still, once again, we still got a month until the season starts, so we really don't know for sure who's going to be their starting running back yet. But they return their top three 2018 wide receivers, Judy, Ruggs, and Waddle, so that is really good for Tua. He still has his top three weapons back, so that's going to be great. They lose Williams on defense. He was one of their top guys on defense, so that's going to be tough to replace. But the defense still, I believe, can improve. I mean, Alabama's been shown. I mean, this is such a dominant team, and they do so well in recruiting. So, really, I mean, I don't expect them to have a down year anytime soon. Really, I think the time that Alabama's going to probably have their first down year for a long time is going to be when Nick Saban's gone. I don't think Alabama fans, you really don't have to worry about having a down season. Unless you think like 11-1 or 10-2 is a down season, but I don't really expect them to be to the point of like where you're not making good bowl games while Nick Saban's still there. A couple other things: will the college football playoff appearances continue? Once again, I kind of just went over that. I do believe that they will. Keys to making the college football playoff in 2019: you got to stay consistent and you cannot take any bad losses. I mean, that's what some teams. Have happened to them, and that makes them not able to make the college football playoff, is because you don't win the games that you need to. And so I think if Alabama doesn't take any tough losses, maybe, I mean, if they can go undefeated, which I believe it's definitely possible, that would be very good for them. 2018 stats: 3,900 passing yards. That's a really good stat there. I mean, there are very few quarterbacks that can get above like 3,500 yards. 43 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, best touchdown interception ratio I think I've seen so far. Jerry Jeudy, 2018 stats: 1,300 total yards, 14 touchdowns, and 19.3 on his average yards per play. And 1,300 total yards for a wide receiver, that is insane. I mean, really, for running backs, that'd be a pretty good stat, but for a wide receiver, that is really good. So he's going to be real helpful to this team this season. Alabama, though, here's what I'm kind of expecting from their team this year. I mean, I think they're going to go 12-0. Duke, New Mexico State to start off the season, 2 easy wins. Alabama, or South Carolina on week 3. You got them on the road. That's going to be a tougher one. I think South Carolina's going to come to play in that game, but it's going to be close. But Alabama pulls it off in the end. Southern Miss and Ole Miss, both of those easy wins. Texas A&M on the road. Texas A&M's coming off of a hard stretch. Those first, like they play Clemson somewhere in their first a couple of games, and so I think Texas A&M coming in off of a hard stretch isn't really going to be able to win that game, but otherwise I think they'd have a good shot. Alabama wins that game in a close one. Tennessee, Arkansas, both of those are going to be wins. Both of them are at home against kind of mediocre teams. LSU, that will be an interesting game, having it at home November 9th. I think Alabama pulls it off there. Mississippi State on the road, that's a watch. You got to watch out for that one. That could be an upset. I mean, Mississippi State's going to be a sneaky team next year. I don't expect them to pull off anything like crazy and have a top 15 ranking. But I think Mississippi State will be a pretty good team, so you got to watch out for them. Western Carolina, easy win. And Auburn on the last game of the season. That will be an interesting one. Being on the road and with the team that I kind of expect to be pretty good next season, Auburn. It'll be interesting to see how that game goes. I think Alabama, you got to watch out for that game. That could very well be their toughest game this season on the road against Auburn. Oh, well, for the regular season, of course, but I expect them to go 12-0. I can't really, if you lose a game, it'd probably either be Texas A&M or Auburn, I'd think. So maybe you can fit in Mississippi State in there, but they really shouldn't have much trouble with this schedule. I mean, they're not really losing a whole lot. Maybe the running back position, once again, is a little bit iffy, but really, I think Alabama shouldn't really have any problem with this schedule. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Alabama in the comments below. Should be an interesting team going into the season. So, once again, let me know your guys' thoughts. If you disagree with this, be sure to let me know. And, yeah, stay tuned for more from All Sports Central.